Hey there YouTube, it's me Tier for Wilderness. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the only Korean toy review you're going to get this month. The reason being is because I ordered my Korean figures a week later than I would do normally. The reason being is I was trying to miss the shipping delays from the Lunar New Year celebrations in Korea. Because of that, you're only going to get one Korean toy review this month, and February being a shortish month, that's another reason why this is happening. But anyway, you have got a review this month, not two reviews. You're only going to get one. But yeah, he's a big boy. Another figure from the Metal Cardbot toy line, and I did try I did try my hardest to try and get Gigantrex this month, but I ran into a few problems. Most notably, I only prefer to buy off G-Market these days. I don't really buy my Korean toys from anywhere else. Sometimes I might source them off, AliExpress. I did have an 11th Street account. I don't know whether I've still got it, but I deleted the 11th Street app, so I can't really buy stuff off there anymore. And I always had a lot of trouble buying stuff off 11th Street. eBay is just full of scalpers. They're charging way too much for these figures, and I probably won't be buying Korean toys off eBay for a while, if not at all. So yeah, my only real choice is G-Market, and for some bizarre reason this month, because I have to click the international shipping icon, it only had, when I first looked, it was like at the beginning of the month there was only 2 Gigantrexes on there. And then when I came a week later to actually place my order, there was only 1 on there. And when I went through the process of ordering it, I went into the payment screen and it said this item will not ship. It was unavailable to ship to your country, so I couldn't buy it anyway. And there's only 1 available to me on G-Market now, which is the same item I tried to buy before. So I can't get him at the moment, unfortunately, so I had to buy something else. Now, you've probably seen from the thumbnail what I've got. He's another big figure from the Metal Cardbot S toy line. And it's Metal Cardbot S Bluecop Trinity. Now, I've just watched the episode, literally, because the episode aired on YouTube. The full episode aired on YouTube today. And I'm filming this on Friday the 21st. I've actually seen the debut episode of Bluecop Trinity. And very interesting. Basically, they're having a big fight against Gigantrex in a park because Gigantrex is running low on power, and they're trying to. Him and Red Blitz are trying to get him a power up by doing the whole flying a kite in a thunderstorm trick, and getting a lightning strike and him getting a power up. The other cardbots turn up to try and stop him. There's a bit of a tussle, and then Gigantrex does eventually get his power up, and he does some sort of a big attack which blows everybody back. But then it looks like Gigantrex is going to mash everybody up. But then Jun and Perulu do a hand clasp, and then all of a sudden the metal brace starts glowing, and all of a sudden this new card comes out, and it's like it's the transformation card for Metal Cardbot Trinity, and Jun does the phrase Bluecop superior docking Bluecop Trinity setup, and boom, there he comes, and that's the end of the episode. You just see Bluecop Trinity in his combined form. So interesting thing. It's a copolymer combiner. I'm not a fan of copolymer combiners because copolymer combiners are a Korean thing. Basically, you get a gestalt made up out of individual vehicles which form together to form the giant robot, but the individual vehicles in toy form don't have robot modes of their own. That's what this is. But in the show, he is a copolymer, kind of. Because Bluecop, this is the original Bluecop S, and of course I've got my my original Season 1 Bluecop here as well, for comparison purposes. And then you get Bluecop Trinity. So we've actually got 3 Bluecops. I've got 1, 2, 3. So I've now got 3 Bluecops. So, but these are the 2 we're concentrating on. So here's a quick comparison between Bluecop Trinity and Bluecop S. And as you can see, they're fairly similar in size and sort of paint apps. I mean, there's a difference around the back, and of course underneath it's totally different. On top, kind of similar. Obviously this one won't transform into a robot mode, this one will. So there he is, it is alt mode. Similar sort of paint apps to the original toy. It's got large pegged wheels, rolls really well, looks pretty sweet, not much more you can say about it really. But then you have the other two units that make up the combiner, and they are Blue Command, who is this thing. Now, as far as I'm aware, these are drone units. They're not sentient. They can't talk or communicate. They just turn up and do the combination thing. They just turn up out of the blue. They just come driving up and then bish bash bosh. Gestalt combiner. So here is it's like a blue sort of a Humvee like armored personnel carrier type thing, like a SWAT truck type thing. So that's Blue Command. And then the interesting one is you've got this guy. Now the Koreans do love their bus formers. I've got a few transforming Korean bus formers, but here's another one. So here he is, and this guy is called Blue Loader. And as you can see, he's a large bus. And yeah, pretty cool. Futuristic looking bus. It's got a load of stuff around the side. It's only got a few windows there. It's got large windows in the front. It's got picked out lights. It's got this number which is actually moulded into the windscreen, 289. I don't know what that signifies. It's actually got a number on the number plate. You probably can't see it. It says 103K. And but again, it's got large wheels. Obviously there's robot bits underneath, including his head. His head's underneath. Now this figure obviously is a combiner, right? So you've got the lead bot, and then you've got the two drone units which form the combiner. Now the thing with Metal Cardbots is they come with the metal card. So here is Bluecop Trinity's metal card, and as you can see, it's pretty similar to his original Bluecop S card. But if I take it off, you can see there is a difference between them. So there you go. So Bluecop S, Bluecop Trinity. So yeah, but they're pretty much the same on that side. And obviously the pegs for fitting them slightly different as well. So Bluecop Trinity's weapon is this thing, but we'll get into that when we get to the robot mode. Like I said, it's a copolymer combiner. None of these guys have robot modes of their own, even though in the show this guy does have a robot mode of his own, which I will get into later on. So transformation. Now it's quite involved. There's quite a lot going on with the transformation to make this thing into a combiner. So I'm going to start off with Blue Command, because he forms the arms and he's quite straightforward. So to transform this into his combiner parts for Gestalt mode, first of all you split it in half, and there's one of the arms. Now what you do is you extend that. There's this flap here, pull that out and then fold it up double and clip it in. You then got the combiner peg, which comes down. Then you fold that wheel in, and then that comes down to form the shoulder piece. And then lower down on the arm, you've got this piece that, as you can see, hang on. Well, that slides out. So this piece slides out like so, and then you've got this wheel. Push this wheel back until it clicks, and then that's basically an arm. So basically you do the same with this thing. Pull it out, pull that out, slide that in till it clicks, pull out the combiner peg, fold in the wheel, and then fold out that little bit there to form the shoulder. So there we are. There's a pair of arms. Put them off to the side. Now we get onto the bus, and the bus it's made up out of two major parts. You've got like the backpack, and then you've got the legs. So let's separate the two. First of all, the sides of the bus are plugged in. Right, like so. So you pull these out, and then that unplugs from the front, and that's the backpack. We'll get into that in a bit. Now we've got the legs. So legs are quite interesting. You've got these pieces that fold round and clip in. Then split the legs. And the legs are they're like folded double. So you fold this like that, and then that folds up like that, and that folds up like that. Now you've got to bring the foot out like so, and then that plugs in. Then there's the heel spur, and then you've got the knee bit. There we go. And that's one leg done. Then the other leg, bring it up, bring that up, bring that, bring out the foot, like so, then fold that up, then bring out the heel, and then the knee bit, the knee piece, and there is a pair of legs. Right, so backpack, well actually we'll put this on last. So now we've got the car. So what you do is you start unplugging things. So you start at the back, unplug the back, and then you bring this piece forwards. So that comes forward, from in there, and then it comes forward and just clips into there. Then you fold up you've got to unplug these side panels and then sort of fold them round. Then fold that piece up. There's this piece on top which unplugs. You then bring that down. This piece opens out and then clips in, and then leave it open like that. Then this comes up, and then you have this piece that folds in, and then this plugs into there like so, and that's that. Now this then plugs onto the legs, so you just fold down the hip skirts, and then there's a big square there and a big port there, and that just plugs into there like that. And then finally the backpack. The backpack, you have its head, and you fold the wings back, fold these up and clip them in, and then you bring the wings down like so, and that's the backpack pretty much done. So now you just bring it all together. Oh yeah, there's a little peg in here. You've got to pull that up. And then there's a port on the back there and a peg there, and that just, it should plug in. There's little slots on the side here. And that plugs into there, and then this piece plugs on, just clips on top, and we're nearly there. Just got to plug on the arms, and the arms, all you do is the wheels, just fold them down to expose the combiner ports for the arms, and then you've got that there, and that just plugs in like that. And then the other arm, straighten it up, fold down the wheel, expose the port, plug it in, and there we go. And there is a Bluecop S Trinity in his combined mode, and he's a big boy. There's a fair bit involved in the transformation, as you saw. The bus forms the backpack and the legs. The command, Blue Command forms the arms. Bluecop, mostly forms the chest. Some of the pieces, like the head, is part of the bus or the backpack. And the way it comes together is a bit unusual, like the way the legs sort of like fold out, double, and then clip together to form the legs. It's an interesting transformation, but you get this very big, bright, impressive bot, and he's got a lot of colour separation going on with the blues and the whites, but he's also got a lot of vacuum formed chrome on a number of pieces, which is pretty cool. So he's got a lot of bling going on, which is awesome. Pretty cool looking bot. Big. So there's my usual size comparison with Combiner Wars Megs, who's a full size leader class figure. Now, I don't have Gigantrex, but I do have, from season 1, I do have Heavy Iron. So you put him next to Heavy Iron, and he's pretty close to Heavy Iron. Well, maybe a little bit taller than Heavy Iron. Now, Gigantrex is you could argue is a remold of Heavy Iron. He's got a lot of similarities in his design, even though he does transform differently, and the way the kibble management is different on it. But Gigantrex is very similar to Heavy Iron in many ways. So I'm using this guy as my size comparator with Bluecop Trinity because they're pretty well sized. Now, you just give me a moment. I'll transform this guy into robot mode. Right, okay, so just transformed Bluecop S into his robot mode and put him next to his powered up form. So yeah, he does get a lot bigger. Now these obviously are supposedly scaled together with one another. So that gives you an idea of how much bigger Bluecop gets when he does his Trinity combination. That's a lot. That's a massive size increase. I mean, if I bring him forwards. So yeah, that's how they look if they were the same size. But as you can see, massive size difference. Yeah, he's very cool. Big, bright, flashy bot. Now, articulation. Right, let's get on to the articulation. He's all right. Proportionality wise on this guy, if you notice, he's got short, stocky arms and very long legs. So, not a big deal breaker, but he does restrict his articulation options. And when I was trying to pose him for the thumbnail photo for this video, I really struggled to get him in a meaningful pose to stand up because he's got a lot of weight, especially in the back, so getting him to balance is a challenge. Right, so head is on a ball joint. It goes doesn't go all the way round, but it goes most of the way round, side to side, a little bit of up and down. Okay, so there's that. The arms, you get around like that. Now this piece, it's alright, I've got loads of pop-up coming up about video drivers. Anyway, this arm go out up to there. The shoulder piece kind of moves independent of the shoulder joint. He has got a bicep swivel that's ratcheted. Got a 90-degree elbow bend, more or less. Now he has got wrist articulation. You can pull his wrists out and they will turn round on a ratchet joint and then push back in. Waist. Now obviously these waist pieces, you can sort of move them out of the way. They are on joints, so they do go that way and they can move up and down. But the waist, he's got this back flap you can move out of the way. But he's got a ratcheted waist. Hips. Forwards. Now the wings get in the way, but you can move them out of the way. Back. Outwards. Now it does restrict it on the waist, so it doesn't go all the way around on the thigh swivel. 90 degree at the knee, even though technically he has got another transformation joint back here, but that's only for the back part of the leg to move, not the front part, so it doesn't technically work as a double jointed knee. Now feet, he has got a little bit of wiggle on his feet, not a lot, but he does have this ratcheted heel spur, which can, if you're having trouble to balance him, which you will have trouble balancing this guy because he's got a lot of weight up top, especially on the back, you can use these to get him on an even keel, even though they're not particularly tight. And then the other thing is the other thing is the backpack. So you've got these wings, which they go all the way around on that joint. They come in and out on that joint. So yeah, you've got posing options. You can have them folded out. You can actually spread them a little bit if you want by pulling these bits out. So that gives him again a slightly different look. So yeah, he's pretty interesting, pretty cool. Now the one thing to say about this guy before we finish this, wrap this video up, is his card weapon. Right, so here it is. Now it folds out like that, and I like to think that that is like a shield or a suitcase or something. Now also another thing, I can't remember if I mentioned it earlier in the review, this guy in bus mode, he's got a massive void in the back of his bus mode, which would quite easily have accommodated his card weapon had they put the clipping system to clip it in. My last video review where I did on Metal Cardbot S Glober, I'm sure in a clip of one of the later episodes, I'm sure I saw him in the show drive off, and his card weapon was sat on top like a roof, on top of his roof rack of his vehicle mode. in the show. I tried to do it with the toy, but it wouldn't do it. None of the Metal Cardbot toys that I own have got integration into the alt mode with the card weapons. It'd be nice if they did that. This figure, you could have stowed it away in his bus, in Blue Loader's bus mode. There's a big void in the back. You could have plugged it in, and yeah, there's you could have done that. But anyway, getting back to this. So this has got two modes. It's a multi-function weapon. It's called the weapon card transformation. It's called the Blue Gun Sword. So to start off with, you've got the gun mode. So right, fold that up. That's it. That clips in like that. Fold that up. That clips in like that. And there is his gun. So it will. Now this plug, this peg can move. So you can plug it in and you can bring it down. And then, you know, he's got his gun. Weird looking thing, but it's a gun. He can use it. It's called the Blue Gun Sword gun mode. Right, so I said about he's just gone for a tumble, just saying about the you know, the stability of the guy. Right, so to turn it into sword mode, it's quite easy. You just unplug this thing and then just fold it out, and then you fold these bits round, plug them in, and there's his sword. And this is the Blue Gun Sword Great Sword mode, and again he can plug it in his hand and he can wield a big massive chopper. So yeah, he's got that. Like the as I said, the fists have got a thing whereby you can, you know, you can turn them round to get different poses. However, as I said, this guy's got quite stocky arms, and even though he has got joints, it's difficult for him to get into, you know, any really good sword poses. And on the box art, look on the back of the box art, he's got him doing the, you know, holding the sword Excalibur style with both his hands. He can't do that. His arms aren't long enough to come across and grab the handle of the sword. I tried to do it for the thumbnail shot of this video and it didn't work. So yeah, he can't do that, unfortunately. But anyway, he's got his sword. Chop, 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 you know. Yeah. So there he is. Like I said, I'm as last year, I'm going to be going all in with the Metal Cardbot toy line, for better or for worse. Most of the toys I've seen so far are a step up from, you know, the original Metal Cardbot figures. So, you know, it's good stuff. And they're, for what you get, they are reasonably priced as well, provided, you know, they're in stock and available to ship from the Korean retailers. So, what do I think of this thing? He's all right. He's very big and very impressive. Just get everything positioned. He's a very big, impressive bot. Very blingy, very cool looking. He's awesome. Bit limited in articulation. Interesting transformation, being you know, like a copolymer combiner out of 3 vehicle modes. He's all right. He's okay. And if you're thinking of getting him, and obviously he's got a Mahusive box as well. Did I show the box at the beginning of the video? I can't remember what I did. Anyway, here's his box. So there it is. Heavy cardstock, double clamshell inside, lots of graphics on it, and all the product information on the bottom. So there we have it. There's my review on Metal Cardbot S Trinity, Bluecop Trinity. He's a very cool looking bot, very interesting figure, and if you like collecting your Korean figures, you know, definitely worth a pop, even though he can be a little expensive to import from the South Korea because of the big heavy package and shipping fees and all that stuff. So there we go. There he is. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, there isn't going to be another review this month because of the way things played out. I ordered my Korean figures a week later than normal, and then because of the way they get shipped, they didn't arrive towards the middle and the back end of the month, and I run out Saturdays. So I will be doing the next Korean toy on the 1st of March. Sorry, 1st of March is going to be the next one, and it's something from the Metal Cardbot toy line. So look forward to that. It will be next week, but it will be into March by then. So anyway, I've been Tiff Wilderness. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and like I said, this video has been recorded on my new computer using my old webcam, new video capture software, my old microphone, and I'm going to try and edit it using some different software, but I've had to use my old graphical software to do the thumbnail because I can't do it with the new stuff I've got at the moment. So I haven't quite got everything singing and dancing the way I want it to yet. I can't fully create my videos using my new computer as yet, but this is like a hybrid interim system. I'll make it work one way or another. We'll just have to go suck it and see. I've been Tiff Wilderness. Hope you enjoyed this review. I'll catch you all later. Ta-da.